Welcome everyone to another great episode of Brutally Honest. I am your host Stitches NBC, and tonight I am joined with
Little Stitches,
Mr. Stitches.
How's everybody doing? Today we actually going to be talking about Stranger Things Season 4 Spoiler Review Volume 1. Now, you're asking, Michael, what took us so long? Well, it was supposed to be just 5 episodes. You do the sharing and stuff, right? It was supposed to be just 5 episodes, guys. Apparently, we was wrong. How many episodes were there?
7.
7. How long was the last episode?
1 hour, a movie.
A movie. It pretty much. It was a damn movie. An hour and 40 minutes. Jesus
Very
Christ.
long.
It was way too damn long, actually. But we here. We're gonna talk about it and stuff like that. I got my little man. Did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay. While you do the sharing, let me talk to Michael real quick. Michael, what is Stranger Things for those that are not tuned in? And should we give them the spoiler warning now?
Yes.
Go ahead, give them the warning.
Vecna is number 1.
I said a spoiler warning, not the actual spoiler. First, you got to give them a warning. Guys, if you haven't watched Stranger Things 4 and y'all don't want to be spoiled, do not tune in. We're going to be talking about the spoilers. And Michael just bled out the biggest spoiler. Nice. Go keep getting your damn volume up.
I'm sorry.
I swear, I tell people put it on volumes. Your volume's low. It's just...
I'm sorry.
What's good, Marilyn Brady? How everybody doing? Michael, I don't know if I even want to ask you any more questions after that spoiler. What is Stranger Things, Michael? What is Stranger Things?
It is a fantasy show on Netflix.
Okay, and what is it about?
It's about kind of like monsters wanting Elle, who has superpowers, like Professor X.
Okay. What is Stranger Things?
It's like a fantasy show with like a dimension, another dimension, like another world upside down with monsters. So, yeah.
Okay, so Stranger Things is just a bunch of things that are strange.
Exactly.
Not really. There's a lot of mystery, there's drama in it. It is a Netflix show. They're up to season 4 now. It is based on some supernatural elements on it. But what is it that got you guys into Stranger Things in the first place? What was you so interested from the first episode?
The horror.
The horror?
The monsters.
The monsters.
But
okay.
Also 11 with her powers.
You know what how I got you into it? With the first episode. I didn't spoil or anything like that, but it was just that element of, which is one of the biggest fears as parents, when we lose a child and we don't know where they're at. So that's how the first episode from season 1 started. If you guys have watched Stranger Things, press 1. If you guys haven't watched it, press 2. But that was what got me into it, because that's like the biggest fear as a parent. Like, oh my God, where your child is. Your child was kidnapped. You don't know where your child is. You don't know if your child is alive or dead and whatever. Mm-hmm. That's what made me interested in it first. I was interested in that. And then the horror element, the supernatural element is what actually drew me in and things like that. Who's your favorite character?
Steve.
Why?
Because his story and everything. And
What about his story?
I don't know his story.
That's what you say, you like it. So what is it that you liked about him so much?
That he's brave.
Okay, that's good. You like Steve because he's brave. I can understand that. Who's your favorite character?
11.
No, you can't mention the main character. Give me
Okay,
another
besides
one.
11, Joyce.
Yes, Joyce. Okay,
Yes.
that's better.
Why? Because she's a badass.
Badass.
Yeah,
good.
she is.
It was good,
Yeah,
Christy.
is.
Thanks for commenting. Appreciate that. We out
She's
here
not
doing this
scared
show.
of nothing. She'll challenge you.
No, that's what you like?
Yeah.
Oh, because she reminds me of yourself. Nice. Real nice over here.
Yeah, so besides 11, Joyce.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good. Uh-huh.
And what about you?
Oh, I matter too? That's nice. You guys are asking me? Which was mine? That's so
Who's your favorite
nice.
character?
Hobbs.
Okay, why?
Hobbs is Jim Hopper. Wow, because you said because she's a badass. Well, yeah, because he's a badass too, and because he he actually does his job. I liked his story. First, he got lazy. I didn't know that he had lost his daughter, so he was kind of depressed and gave up on life. And just his whole story, him always being the hero besides Elle, besides 11, he always comes out to be the hero in everything.
Yeah.
So, you guys are ready? You guys ready? Let's start off with episode 1. Episode 1. What do you guys got for episode 1? Episode 1 was titled The Hellfire Club. So, question: did 11 really kill all those people?
You know that I have that down.
Huh?
Yes.
You would say yes? Okay.
I will say yes too.
When we first watched
Yes,
it, right?
I will say yes too.
Okay, but
Yes.
then on the last episode,
Yeah.
we find out that
It wasn't her.
Okay, Michael, what happened in episode 1? You remember?
Yeah, so it started off with Papa and him getting ready to go to work and everything. And then when he got to work, he was about to test somebody. And then when in one of his tests, he was trying to see another person testing another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were screaming and blood and everywhere. And then Papa, he was about to check out because he heard screaming, and then the door just bashed out on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he woke up, he saw everybody dead, and the first person that he saw was Elle.
Covered in blood.
Yeah.
And he was saying, "What have you done? What have you done?" What do you remember from that episode besides that opening scene?
I remember. Well, on the first one, I put like a whole bunch of stuff down. I put that Lucas and Max, they stay breaking up.
Oh, they finally broke up for good this time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. I wasn't surprised too much because they was always breaking up a lot. What I liked about that episode is that they actually showed all the other kids. We never really got to see all the other kids as far as the other seasons. I like what Michael said when, like the opening scene, when they showed how number 2 had other powers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was number 2 that looked at it, was it?
That what?
Yeah, that looked at that he was testing. Was number 2 and stuff like that. Well, what the question I have from episode 1 was Papa really that bad? Because I see how he was portrayed in the other seasons,
Yeah.
but in this season, especially in this season, they kind of give this guy a little bit more of a heart. He was the villain, like in season, right? Almost like the villain in season 1, right, Mike? But
Yeah.
so it's like, is Papa really that bad?
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess it kind of made me that question episode like that. You know what I was gonna say from that episode 1 was that I believe that Lucas is going to be the one to disrupt the bond between the whole crew.
Yes, he did.
He did? Well, we didn't know that in episode 1 yet. We knew that after. I just thinking like that because he, like how you were saying, he cares too much about being cool.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Chrissy the first victim?
Because she had trauma behind her.
Okay, that's the answer really, because they always have some past trauma and stuff like that. What I liked, what did you like the most about episode 1?
The blood and gore.
What did you like?
Maybe
more?
the beginning.
The beginning.
The beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked the fact that with the first victim, it wasn't like it was like an animal or a monster devouring them or killing them or like that. I like the fact that it was something more of a possessive, something like the poltergeist, something like a demon, somebody being possessed. Especially how Chrissy was the first victim and she went up to the ceiling and then she got possessed and then her limbs started cracking and her eyes started engulged and her mouth was like that. I was like, holy shit. Stranger Things never had something like this. That's what I like the most about episode 1. Let's go on to episode 2. Now, episode 2 was Vecna's curse. So Vecna is actually the name of the main villain of season 4. He's been in the Upside Down. They're calling him more of like a general. They're still not calling him as the main guy. He's more like the general, or you know, like something, or a captain, or like one of the strongest soldiers. But he's still not the main guy. So that's why I feel, or do you guys think, because I just said that there's actually going to be a season 5?
Yeah.
Y'all do? Y'all don't think everything's going to end in just this one season. Unless every episode is like a movie and they make it an hour and a half long. Right, Mike? Michael, so what happened in episode 2?
Episode 2?
Yeah.
So...
I'll tell you what happened in episode 2. In episode 2, it was like,
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question. Why did Will look jealous when 11 hugged Mike? Does that mean Will likes Mike?
And then she wonders why we don't let her talk on her own. Yes. Will has a crush on Mike.
So you think he does?
That's what I thought when I first thought that episode. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought that too.
Yeah, but it turns out that he was just jealous because of the friendship. I hope. But okay, so we're talking about that. Why did they show Will rejecting the other girl in the classroom?
We all know why.
We don't know why. I don't know why. You tell me why.
Well, we're assuming that he likes guys and not girls.
He's never said it.
But he act like it.
He does walk a little funny.
He does walk a little funny.
Okay.
He does.
All right, he does. It was good, Amber. In episode 2, Mike, that was when she actually broke open the doll that was sent from Jim. And that's when she actually was talking with Murray on the phone, and Murray was telling her, oh, do this and do that. That's one of the things that I liked about, that's what I like about Murray, because he's like the comic relief guy, a little bit of a goofball, but he also knows what he's doing, and he also knows what he's talking about, and now he's a black belt in this season, you know? But my favorite part was good, Deborah. My favorite part from episode 2 was, y'all ready?
Yeah.
When Elle popped Angela in the face with the roller skates.
Yup. Finally, she deserved it.
She deserved it.
Mean to her.
Anything you got left written down for that episode, Mike? Anything you want to say before we move on?
Why did Lucas and Max break up?
I think they broke up because Max was still dealing with trauma and she didn't know how to deal with her own emotions of losing her brother. She just wanted to, shut everybody down. That's what I think. What do you think?
I think the same thing too. And then 11's not there, and then Will is not there either. So it's not like she has anybody to speak to. Cause her and 11, they became good friends.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely gotta watch it, Deborah. This is the spoiler review, so if you haven't watched it, we are going to be spoiling some things. Babe, anything you got left to say about episode 2, or you want to move on to episode 3?
That's it. That's like the only thing I have. We can move on.
Okay, so episode 3 is, well, actually at the end of episode 2 was when Elle was saying that she's no longer a superhero. Because she's no longer her powers.
She doesn't have
because
powers,
she was fighting with Mike, because Mike always never says I love you to her anymore. And then Mike is over here expressing how he feels. Oh, but I love you. Oh, but no, he never said I love you still.
No,
but he was like, yeah, but you're the most incredible person in this world, and blah blah blah. And she's like, yeah, I used to be. I'm not a superhero anymore. Okay, that's okay. It's gonna make me want to watch it even more. That's what's up. Let's see. Episode 3 is titled "The Monster and the Superhero." That's when Elle got arrested.
Yep.
That's when the doctor came back, which we didn't even know that he ended up getting fired.
I know.
Okay. That's when we found out that there was a way for Elle to get her powers back. And we also found out that Max is actually in danger.
And Lucas is betraying everybody.
Yeah. Lucas is...
He wants to be cool.
Yep. He wants to be so cool that he's betraying everybody. I hope you're learning something from this. Don't betray your friends. Okay? Anything you got left to say for episode 3?
Crazy.
What was crazy?
That we thought Max was gonna die.
Yeah. We did say that too. That's what's up. Anything left for episode 3, guys?
No.
Okay, so episode 4, it was titled Dear Billy.
Wait, that's when Max almost died.
No, that was episode 5. Episode 4 was when Max is still running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're still trying to find a way to save her. That's when was it Nancy and Robin, they went to the psych ward to actually talk to the guy who they think is actually doing the killing, which that was a great twist at the end, because he wasn't the guy. You want to say who was it?
Who?
His son. We just spoiled it, by the way. Oh, now you don't want to spoil it? Real nice.
What's his
Real
name?
Who?
Not
Victor Creel. Victor Creel was the father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the son's name
Yeah, what's his?
we didn't write it down. We didn't care.
Okay.
1001. Technically, right, Mike? So that's what happened. What you have for Dear Billy, episode 4?
Well, I have Max is next ? And then I also have. I really thought Hopper was going to get away with it. I thought he was going to escape.
Oh, yeah. But what happened is that the guards are being suspicious of the American.
Mm-hmm.
So
They were watching him.
That's what it was, because they was making it too suspicious with damn Enzo over there. Okay, so you got anything left for that episode?
No.
Okay. You got anything you want to say before we move on? Anything you got that written down in your notes?
Yeah.
What's up?
That I like the transitions that they have in there.
And by transitions, what do you mean?
It's kind of like transitions where there's this one scene, and then when they do this one specific thing, it just transitions to
Like the next scene or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I like that too. Now, this one is actually one of the things I had one of the most for. Episode 5.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't have that much.
I have a lot for episode 5.
I have like
The
two.
most I have is for the last episode. Granted, it was an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah. But episode 5 was the one that I had the most for as well. That one is called The Nina Project.
Oh yeah.
That's when Elle goes to Nevada and actually sees Papa. Papa comes back. That's when Vecna claims another victim.
Fred.
Yeah. That's when that happened. That's when the Hawkins kid... No. Actually, no, that didn't happen. That happened... That's when he claims another victim. That was towards the end when he claimed the black kid, Lucas's friend,
Patrick.
Yes, that was the third victim. Fred already happened like in episode 3. That's when the Hawkins kids comb a crumbling house for clues. Remember when they went into Victor's house?
Yeah.
That's when that happened. That's when Elle goes through a training where it was just a mind loop, and it was like, it kept on repeating and kept on repeating and kept on repeating. That's when we found out that she's going to get her powers back because of what happened at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shootout in the house.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yeah, they were looking for her.
They was looking for Elle. One where Mike was in the house with Jonathan, and then the shootout that happened, and they had to run away. That's when that happened. We finally saw Billy, right? And Max finally got her big moment. But now, what do I mean by Max getting her big moment? What I mean by that was she actually escaped from Vecna.
With her favorite song.
With her favorite song. That's what I mean. She finally had a big moment. Because she was always like on the side, a background character and things like that. Okay, what do y'all have for episode 5?
I put, is Papa really going to help Eleven get her powers back?
And I put that what Papa is doing to Elle, is that counted as torture?
If what?
If what Papa is doing to Elle, is that counted as torture?
If Elle what?
If what
Man.
Papa is doing to Elle, is that counting as torture?
Oh, is what Papa doing to Elle considered as torture?
Yes.
I don't know, something lying between that. It could be.
Yeah,
and it
like a
cannot.
little bit.
It could be. Mainly because he needs to put her through that in order for her to get her powers. But is it an easy way? No, it hasn't been easy. Okay, so episode 6. Episode 6 is actually the dive. That's when the rescue mission gets underway. When Joyce and Murray decide to mess up, what was the guy's name?
Yuri.
Yuri and things like that, and they actually go to Russia and stuff like that. Not Alaska, guys.
It's Alaska.
They're in Russia.
They're in Alaska.
So Hobbs was in Alaska all this time,
Yes.
and not in Russia.
No.
So how come everybody's speaking Russian in Alaska, and how come there's no Americans but Hobbs in Alaska?
I don't know.
Because it's not
there's
Alaska.
like a little section.
At that time,
Okay, well, does it say whatever Russia?
does it say,
Did it say-
subtitles in English when they're talking in Russian? Why would they do that in America? This is when the Cold War was happening, when America and Russia was always fighting and did not get along. Why would they allow Russia to have a base in Alaska?
Well, exactly.
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 It's like, anyway, back to episode 6. That was the dive. That was when the rescue mission gets underway. That's when the California crew seeks help from a hacker. That's when they actually went to speak to Susie. That's when Steve takes one for the team.
Because Vecna took him.
No.
No, he dived.
Yeah, but remember, and then he came back up and then he took him.
True.
Yeah, he took him.
He took him. And who dived in first for him?
Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy La Linda.
Well, Nancy and Steve got back together because Jonathan changed too much.
I hope so. But I don't want her to cheat on Jonathan or Steve. I want her to have that solved already. Either they're going to be together or they're not going to be together before she moves on with Steve. I want it to be like that. I don't want her to like cheat on Jonathan and stuff like that. I don't want to see that. Does Steve die? That's what I started thinking about.
Yeah.
He's in the Upside Down. That was so cool. That's one of the things I like the most about this episode, is that it started to show us more about the Upside Down. You know?
Oh, and one of the things that I like is that it was back in time.
That was episode 7. That was chapter 7.
Oh.
When we found that out. Yeah. But I did like that too. And then they showed us how Elle killed all the other kids. They still showed us like it was Elle who did it. It was Elle who did it. So, anything left for episode 6 you got?
I do 11 beat number 2. Because number 2, he was beating everybody except for 11. 11 is like the strongest one there.
Oh. What episode was that?
I like that too. Because then when they put him against to each other, he got in number 2, got embarrassed. Like, you embarrassed me. But Elle kicked his ass.
Yeah.
And he needed, like Michael said, y'all needed to jump Elle. Y'all needed to jump her.
Exactly.
To beat her and all that. You're right. What you got left to say?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't know if it was episode 7 or 6 when everybody went in and they were all fine but Nancy.
That was the ending. That was chapter 7. Chapter 7. What you guys got for chapter 7 before I say what I got?
I put number 7 is 1 stronger than 11.
Number 7?
Is 1 stronger than 11? That's the question.
No. Maybe? No, because in the end he fought him and then he just, boom, smashed him into a window.
She did, right?
But she comes from the powers of 1. So does the original make it stronger, or does the offspring is stronger? Because it's like the Spider-Man and Venom. Like Venom is the number 1, but every offspring from Venom is always stronger than the original. Is it more like that? I don't know. I would say yes, she's stronger, but she doesn't have full control of her powers. and her powers are still not 100% to their full potential, so she doesn't really know yet. But the answer would still be yes. She should be stronger than number one. Because that's the main reason why they need her to defeat him. Because they all know what happened. They all know what's going on. We may not know as the audience, but they're already showing us how number one was the first one. He was the first one to go into like the upside down world, or to get transported into upside down world, because that's what Elle put him through. Because she was the one that opened that up. So yeah, I like that. What you got left to say?
It was a crazy season.
I have, is Nancy and Steve going to get back together? Because they were being a little too friendly. They were like too close to each other.
I mean, of course Nancy saved Steve. Of course they did that. Okay, so chapter 7. Y'all got anything left before I say?
do.
No.
Can't believe Vecna. Oh wait, number 1 is Vecna.
Yeah, can't believe number 1 is actually Vecna. That's the biggest spoiler. That's the biggest plot twist in this. For chapter 7, it's called Massacre at Hawkins. Dustin dissects Vecna's motives. That's when Dustin actually finds out. He's always the smartest one there. He might be the silliest and the goofiest one, but he's still the smartest one.
Yeah.
He's the one that dissected Vecna's motives, like the reason why Vecna is killing all these people. He even decodes a message from beyond, which was like the SOS. Yeah. What's her name?
Susie?
Erica.
Oh.
She saw it, like the lights, like what's going on? What's going on with that? And she thought it was Vecna, but then Dustin was like SOS. Remember when I said they wasn't dumb enough to go into the upside down? Yeah, I was wrong about that. So he knew that it was them. That's when they actually fought Hopper and the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
He knew that he needed fire for that. Elle finds strength in a distant memory. I loved more of the upside down time in the scenes and stuff when it was on the bikes and it was going here. And then that's when they found out, wait a minute, this is 5 years ago. Why is it 5 years ago though?
That's a good question.
5 years ago was when
Will got...
No, that's when Elle touched the Demogorgon.
Mm.
From season 1.
Okay.
It was 5 years ago. So was it from that time that it only goes?
It was when Will was missing.
Yeah, when Will was missing.
That
Nancy
too.
didn't have the guns in her house when Will Smith was missing. That was after.
After everything happened.
Yeah. Finally, Hopper and Joyce reunite.
Joyce, yep.
That was a good payoff. Because we was waiting for the whole season for that to happen.
Yes.
I don't know why Dustin, always the smart one, he even found the gateway, which he called the Watergate. And he also knew that it was going to be in Eddie's trailer. Because of the first, because of
Chrissy.
Because of Chrissy, yeah. You know what? I never trusted number 1. I never trusted him.
I trusted him.
I did. Because he was helping 11 a lot.
Yeah.
And he was risking his own life.
I think he was doing that just to manipulate her so she could take that thing off of him. Because that's what was stopping him from having his powers. So from this season, how would you guys rate it? 1 through 10.
10.
I would give it like a 9.
You guys are higher than me.
I would give it like a 9.
Damn, you give it a 10?
What, you gave it a 1?
I'm giving it an 8.
Oh.
I'm giving it an 8 mainly because nothing has been really resolved yet. It's still volume 1. It's still not the whole season. So I can't really give it a full rating yet. For now, I'm giving it an 8 because I love the villain. I love everything about it. But it's still not finished yet. There are some plot holes missing, things that need to be solved. But like, what do you guys expect from volume 2 when it comes out July 1st?
I just hope 11 doesn't let nobody mess with her. Like, okay, I did not like that she was letting that girl Angela bully her. You know?
Yeah.
Bully her, do this and do that.
Popped
And she
her in
wasn't
the
even
face
doing
at the
anything.
end though. She popped her face. She got stitches.
She did. Yeah, she did. But she was just letting it happen. No, 11. Like, no. Don't let nobody mess with you, girl.
Michael, what do you expect from Volume 2? Look at the cameras. Cameras over here.
Oh.
Michael stay looking at this screen. That's why I don't like having the screen when I have him on the show. The camera's over there, boy.
I've been looking at over here too.
What was the question?
Yeah, what do you expect from Volume 2? What do you expect from when it comes back on July 1st?
11 and Vecna fighting.
Yeah? Okay. What do I expect from Volume 2? I expect Hopper to be back wherever it is that they're fighting at, either Nevada or I don't even know how that's gonna happen, because they're like in 4 places. They're in Russia, they're in Hopper and them. Like, look right here, we got them right here. These people, they're in Russia. These California people, no,
they're in Hawkins.
yeah, these are in Hawkins. These are the ones in traveling to.
What, Utah?
Yeah,
They
well,
went
right
to
now they're in
Utah.
Utah. So after Utah, where they go? Oh, now they go to Nevada. Now they go here. So that's what I expect them on to, for these crew to be here, and maybe for this crew to be here.
I don't
And
know,
then they go
but
here and then
At the
they
beginning, I
didn't
thought this
show
was,
them at the end.
I thought this was a girl because of the long hair.
yeah.
It turned out to be Argyle.
Yeah.
So that's what we expect. What would be your biggest cliffhanger before we end it?
8 coming back.
That's my cliffhanger. You said Billy coming back. Now you believe Billy is dead. Okay. I can't use that. What would you think would be the biggest cliffhanger?
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have one. I don't have one.
I would say... Okay, let me rephrase the question. Out of everybody you see on this poster, which one do you think will be the next one to die?
I would say...
Where's Max?
That's
Max
right
right
here.
here. That's Max.
So who's this? That's Max right here too.
That's
L.
That's L.
You say Max?
I will say Murray, whatever his name is.
Okay, I'm with Murray.
Murray. Yeah, I will say Murray. Because the other ones, they're the main characters.
So anything left y'all got to say before we end it? You have a bunch of no's. Did you say it all?
No. One of them is, will they kill Hopper when he tried to escape?
Apparently not. Apparently not. Anything less you have to say?
Okay, I have another character. I will also pick, besides Murray, I will also pick Jonathan's friend.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna die because we're not really invested in him. Like, we don't care too much about him.
Yeah.
So his death wouldn't really mean much
And
to us. Like, if any of, like, obviously if L, if Will, if Jonathan, I don't think Jonathan, we didn't even care too much about Jonathan either. But, I mean, I guess I don't. That's why I say Murray, because he's the only one that they can do without. But we're being invested with him and we know a lot about him.
But they do need him because he knows Russian.
what
I mean, yeah, like Russian language.
One of
Yeah,
my questions
scratched
are,
it.
what made Jonathan change?
What made Jonathan change?
Yeah.
The fact that he's a punk. He wants to break up with Nancy and he doesn't tell her.
In the attic. Weed.
Oh yeah. Jonathan and Argyle, they smoke weed now. Y'all find out in episode 1. Thank y'all for tuning in. This was a spoiler review talk of Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1 with Stitches NBC and...
Little Stitches.
Mrs. Stitches.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all all. We see you guys next time.
Bye.